And so when God is giving inspiration for leadership, when God is giving inspiration for business, when God is giving inspiration for kingdom service, you will be amazed that you can't have it. People are hearing things, they are shouting. People are weeping, having encounters, and you are still wondering, are those things true? You can't see it because they are spiritually discerned. Look at Daniel. Before Daniel said, I understood by books, in Daniel chapter 9 verse 2, there is a Daniel chapter 1 verse 8, verse 18 to 20. The Bible said, Daniel and his friends refused to be defied by the portion of the king's meat. They knew that the key to light was purity and consecration. So they refused to be defied. This is a generation where if a slang comes out from the pit of hell, every Christian is saying it. The other day I was hearing somebody was talking and they said, he choke. I said, what is that? They say, that's what they are saying now. What does it mean? A choke. So when you hear something that is hard or difficult, they say, a choke, a choke. Even if they say, I don't die, you hear Christian, I don't die. And they don't know why they are dying. Picking things from the gutters. And then you ask them, the first thing they say, is it a sin? He said, to be carnally minded is death. He said, but to be spiritually minded is life and peace. These are laws. You break them, you break yourself. You break your destiny. Nothing can change it. I can prophesy over you every day of the year. Unless you go to another spirit. If you violate this law, God won't violate it. Your life will remain on one spot for a long time. The law of light is what you see that determines who you become. But what you see is at the mercy of your purity. What you see is at the mercy of your consecration. What you see is at the mercy of your sanctity. The devil knows this secret. That's why he corrupts a generation. A child is at the age of 15. That child has already committed abortion. And then you are hoping that prophecy has captured it, that she will change her word. The devil is just looking at you and laughing. He said, this one, even if an angel is shouting in her ear, she can't hear again. He has darkened her understanding. Unless by mercy God gives an encounter. Somebody has mastered bribery from the age of 17. Mastered it. He can write a project on bribe and corruption. And he's hoping that God will shine on him. If you like, shout amen. Collect the handkerchief for 30 prophets. You will go nowhere. It's a law. Nothing breaks it. It's a law that your light is a function of your purity. What you can see is a function of your purity. Do you know the corruption that is in Babylon? Babylon itself is a spirit of corruption, a spirit of mixture, a spirit that defies. But these men stood their ground. And when the king, the Bible said, asked them from verse 18, he said, every question. The king was not asking them about God of heaven. So when we are talking light, we are not just saying you are a good preacher. That's not what we are talking. We are talking about having an understanding that is superior in essence, that can address the crisis of society. Every question. The king is not a preacher. So the king was not asking them about Bible verses. It was not a theological question. They were questions that border on existential realities. And he said every question the king asked them. These guys were not competing with ordinary men. They were competing with witches, wizards, astrologers who had other forms of power. It's not this one that is in UNN that is asked question in physics, you are failing. Question from human realm. We are talking, you are in a class with witches and wizards. And he said every question the king asked them, he said they were 10 times better than their peers. Every time you purify yourself, you activate your mind. And your mind begins to catch light, catch inspiration. Those lights and inspiration are the things that makes you a ruler in your generation. Number 3, how do you access light? Through service. There are many things you can't read in the book. So what God will do is that he will lead you to somebody else who has it. So that through that person's light, you too will have light. It's the principle of gleaning. There are many things God wants you to do. He will focus your attention on somebody else who is doing it. And as you are looking at the person, God now uses that person's life to tell you the secret of that journey. both the places he excelled and the places he failed.